Hello everyone, this is Lisa, and today I'm bringing you a book haul that I did a couple of weeks ago with my friend Krista from Books and Jams. Krista took me to a thrift store in our area called Savers, and I'd never been before. So I was a little nervous of what to expect, but they were having a sale and every book was $1. So I couldn't turn that down, really. Even if I just got one book away from it that I really wanted, I would have been happy. I'm very particular about my books lately because I'm running out of room. So I either need to do an unhaul or I need to buy a new bookshelf, which I'm not sure that that's an option right now, unless I put it downstairs. My family, none of my family, the three men that I live with, like to read. So I am the only book reader in the house, and there are always books all over the place, and they don't understand me at all. So it's a hard choice. Right now, I'm trying to keep things to a minimum and not buy as much. But I did find books that I wanted when I got there, and it was so much fun to look through the books, know that I could pick any of them for $1. So here is what I got. The first book that caught my eye immediately from starting to look at the books was called The Bones of You by Debbie Howells. And maybe it was the orange on the cover. I'm definitely, with this haul, buying books by the cover. I'll read the back, I'll read the inside flap a little bit, but I mean, for the most part, you're going to be buying books by the cover if you don't know what they are. Well, that would be me anyway. I love buying books by the cover. So this is just really pretty to me. And of course, the title, maybe not so much. So this is a psychological thriller set in suburban England. And it's about 18-year-old Rosie Anderson who disappears. So her family is torn apart, her small village is torn apart, wondering who did this and what happened to her. So it's a mystery thriller, and I'm very excited to read it. I love reading these every once in a while and seeing if I can figure it out. The next book I saw is The Wednesday Letters by Jason R. Wright, and it's a beautiful cover. You can see the little mailbox there. So this story begins on a couple's wedding night when the husband vows to write his wife a letter every week. So they get married, and maybe it was on a Wednesday, and every Wednesday he would write her a letter. So 40 years later, when this couple dies together in each other's arms, that's the gist of how they die. I'm not really sure yet. The children come back to their house and find all of these letters, and in them, maybe some family secrets and things they did not know. So I think it's very interesting, and it is a New York Times bestseller. Oh, I was going to tell you the years that these books were written to so that you would know. The first book that I showed, Bones of You, that was written in 2015, and this was written in 2007. So it's not a newer book, but it looks really interesting, and I am definitely going to want to give this a shot. The next book I've had on my to-read list for a long time, and I don't have the book, so I went ahead and picked it up. It's Bel Canto by Ann Patchett. This was written in 2001 and takes place in South America. They're not telling you any specific country. And I think it's a novel of politics and love and war and whatnot, betrayal. So I've read another book by hers I can't think of off the top of my head, but looking forward to this one as well. The next book I've heard about by some girls from my local book club. It's an older book. Not saying that you girls are old or anything. I'm just saying you were talking about it and it sounded like something that I really would like to read. So this book is Flowers in the Attic by V.C. Andrews, and definitely one of those crazy, the classic novel of forbidden love, it says on the front. And it looks creepy, and the girls told me that it was creepy, and that's what I like, creepy. So I'm going to go ahead and give this a shot. It says that it's now a Lifetime movie as well, so maybe I can look that up when I'm finished with it. But it was torn a little bit on the back, but the rest of the book is in great condition. So I have this for $1, and I'm going to give it a try. I think Krista grabbed this one first, but when I saw that it was by Stephen King and it was a smaller novel, I wanted to pick it up. So it's Stephen King's The Girl Who Loved Tom Gordon. Really small book, which Stephen King normally writes really big books. And although I love them, actually I'm reading It right now because that movie's coming out this summer, I think. So I wanted to read this just because actually the back sounded really good. Oh, my little note says to read the inside flap. So I'm going to try to do that without squinting too much. So the brochure promised a moderate to difficult 6-mile hike on the main New Hampshire branch of the Appalachian Trail, where 9-year-old Tricia McFarlane was to spend Saturday with her oldest brother Pete and her recently divorced mother. She wanders off to escape their bickering and gets lost and is in the woods and by herself, and it's a perfect horror movie setup. So looking forward to reading Stephen King. I love his writing, and this looks like a really good one. So I have 2 more books left, and I'm excited about these 2 maybe the most. The first one I bought by cover, and maybe a little bit by the title, Mr. Penumbra's 24-Hour Bookstore, a novel by Robin Sloan. It's a bright yellow color. It caught my eye. And I don't even think I read the back when I was looking at the books. Maybe I read it really quickly and I don't remember. But this is a New York Times bestseller written in 2012. It's a book about passion, about books. I mean, what better premises can you get from that? It has history and the future and a whole bunch of up in the air kind of magical things. So I'm really looking forward to this. It looks really cool. A lot of the reviews on the back make it seem like it's just fantastical. So I am ready to read this and hope to get to it soon. It's just such a bright color, and I thought it would be a good spring read or summer read because it's so pretty. The last book that I saw that I ended up picking up is an absolute treasure, and I've never heard of the book, but I picked it up because of the colors on the front. Again, you never know. It's called Pretty Little Mistakes, and it's by Heather McElhatton. And so this is an adult choose-your-own-adventure book. Have you ever heard of such a thing? Now, when I was little, I read all of the choose-your-adventure books, and I love them. I love being able to choose your own story. You pick what you want to do in the story, and there are over 150 endings to this. So I am so excited. I mean, this is something you can, again, keep on your nightstand, and every night, you know, it's like a 1-page thing. You read the page and then it says go to page such and such for whatever you choose. So it looks super fun. I'm really excited to look at this and get into it and get some feedback for you because it looks really, really great. So that's it for the book haul that I did at Savers with Krista. And if she calls me again for another sale, you bet I'm going with her. Just have to figure out my book situation at home and see what I can do. I'm sure I can hide books. I feel like a hoarder sometimes, like if I'm going to buy books and then hide them. Am I a hoarder? I don't know. It's just very strange, I think, to people who don't understand that, no, I don't want 100 pair of shoes. Well, maybe, but I'd rather have 100 books. So it's something that I love, collecting and reading stories. If I'm not in love with a story, I'll definitely go ahead and pass it on. But there are so many books that I have that are not read yet. So there they are on my shelves, just sitting there waiting to be read. And I do keep the ones that I love the most, usually my 5-star ratings. Hope you enjoyed this video, and Krista, I'm sure, will be uploading her video from our trip to Savers soon so that you can get the full perspective of us shopping together. So have a wonderful day, and I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.